Hello!
Hi,
We are still
restless
in
in
retirement, but we are actually not restless.
Unless we've been busy, then we feel restless, like we've not had enough rest.
So I'm Karen,
I'm Tammy.
and we started this little YouTube Restless in Retirement because after 36 years of me living in the US and after getting married to Tammy, we both retired. I retired in January this year.
And I retired mid-March.
Right. Between us, we work in the medical field, and we have, I think it's like 80 years between us work in the medical field. So anyway, big change. Just kind of tired of living in the panhandle of Florida, getting hot in the summer, the humidity. And I just had a longing to come back to Scotland. So I went to bring my lovely wife to experience a long-term stay, which we are just over 3 months of living in the Isle of Bute, which is in the west coast of Scotland, out of our 6 months. So what do you think so far?
I love it. It took some getting used to. If you're coming over here in the summer and you think you're gonna be going swimming and wearing shorts every day and that kind of thing, it's quite a change from Florida. Average temperature here in the summertime is about 65 degrees. On a nice warm day, it'll hit in the low 70s. We haven't had a whole lot of that, but so that's different. But I'd rather be experiencing that than the temperatures we're hearing of lately with 100, 110, that kind of thing back in Florida. Heat advisories, living where you live in an air conditioned house, you get in an air conditioned vehicle, you go to an air conditioned place. Um, it's when we were younger, we tolerated it better,
Yeah.
but the heat, it's just
Yeah.
just
And
getting to be too much.
it's not just the heat that has become a big issue. And Tammy's originally from Minnesota. Not that we want to go live in Minnesota, but she has family. Her parents are in Minnesota. Um, but it's just, I'm just ready for like to try a different culture.
Yeah,
We are actually not on the mainland, but the mainland is a 30-minute ferry ride. We're on a place called the Isle of Bute. I'll put up a little map and show you. But it's a really cool island and it has everything we need. It has, a couple of what they call co-op grocery stores where we can do our main shopping. It is a little bit more expensive on the island, but overall we're finding food prices a lot cheaper in the US and food
yeah.
quality, there's no comparison.
Oh, food quality is, yeah,
Yeah, I
it's,
don't know what we've been eating for me for 36 years, but fruit and veggies are like they just come out the garden.
yeah. And we have the opportunity, there's a fruit and veggie um, shop right across the street from Butcher's, and everything they get at the fruit and veg shop is really fresh. Um, and then at the butcher's, it's local. Most of it's local meat, and they make their own sausages, and it's local lamb and beef and pork, and so it's grown right here on the island.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of reminds me of back in Minnesota, we had a family friend that had a farm, and we helped on the farm, and we got the fresh beef and chicken, and they didn't do pork, pigs, but um, and we had a local butcher's right in Elk River that used to actually what do you call it, butcher
Mm-hmm.
the animals right there and then sell the meat in the butcher shop right there in Elk River. And they made a lot of their own sausages and all that kind of thing. So that's the closest thing that I've come to that.
Yeah, it's a real positive. The just the just going down to the little town where it's got a downtown and we can hairdressers there, the grocery store, the thrift stores there, the little bars, little restaurants, and we just parked the car one time.
Hmm.
We parked the car mostly at the co-op free parking or on street parking. We take our bags. They nobody does plastic bags. They don't even
Very little.
yeah, very little. And we just walk from store to store
Hmm.
and get our whatever we need to get. And we kind of initially we were spending a lot more because when we moved to this apartment, we had to buy the basics, your salts and your peppers and your sauces and but now honestly, I feel like we're out on our like last week's we went veggies place. Well, actually, they deliver free. You order online on Facebook and they delivers you a box of whatever the mixed fruit and veggies are. The butcher will also deliver free too. The grocery store will deliver free as long as you spend £15, something like that. We like to go downtown, so we'll go down. But anyway, I mean, we were like 25 in groceries, so about £110.
Every two
But
weeks.
that's every 2 weeks. Yeah, I was going to say and what we're getting for that and the quality we're getting, we just feel
Yeah.
like that is a big plus. So that's a plus. The weather's not great. We like the weather. It's a plus for me. You know, I'm not here for sunshine. I've lived in the South. I've lived in the South for 36 years. I'm okay with today wearing sweaters. Oh, by the way, this is Ian, one of our friends from the Panhandle, Ian Fullerton. We'll give him a shout out.
Hey, Ian.
He comes to the UK quite frequently and he brought his little camper van and called us up and said, "Hey, I'm heading your way." So Ian came and stayed one night with us. We didn't let him sleep in the van. We actually gave him the spare bed, but he left his fire department shirt. So sorry, Ian, it's a wee bit chilly this evening. I got it on. So yeah,
And
so
I'm wearing a jumper
yeah,
from the charity shop. It was £1.
yeah. There's a thrift store, and like all the clothes in there, anything you buy basically is £1, which is £1 is $1.13.
Yeah.
So we had got a big pile of stuff, and then we got up there because we didn't bring a lot of sweaters initially. And the guy's like, "Oh, it's cash only." And we went, "Oh, really?" And then I said, "Well, how much do we owe anyway?" Because nothing was priced. And he counted up the jackets and the sweaters, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, that'll be like, I don't know
Four
what."
pounds.
Yeah, well, wait, more than that, but
Was it?
either way, we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah." So everything was a pound, and it's
Mhm.
been washed and hanging up nice. I mean, it's awesome. We were a little short on glasses, tumblers, and we got the pint ones with the Tennant's Lager and the Magners, and they were 50p.
Yeah.
And then we
The
got the
tenants were half pints and they were four for a pound.
we half pints for. I mean, so
Yeah.
we're making do with stuff. So if anybody's thinking about coming or going somewhere, always utilize your little thrift stores.
Hmm.
They're good quality over here. They have like nice stuff, and just everything's
Yeah.
clean and cheap. So we'll probably be donating all this stuff when we leave. All this stuff will be going back. So in talking about that is the longer I'm here, the more I want to stay, and I'm actually struggling with the thought of going back to the US. It has to be done because Tammy's on a visitor's visa,
Visa. Yep.
so she can't stay for more than 6 months, and
Hmm.
we'll be at 5.5.
Yep.
So obviously we have to return. We've got a house, and
Well, you don't have to return.
well,
You can stay if you want.
bye bye. But anyway, so our thought process now is we're looking at homes especially here. We're quite happy here on the island. We're actually been looking at some property, and we did the same thing looking at property in the Panhandle region
Mm.
because we wanted to downsize. We have a pretty nice home in the, intercoastal, looking across the intercoastal, obviously insurance rates and everything. And our worry is
Hurricane.
hurricane because it's just a matter of when it comes.
Yeah.
So right now we've been Airbnb-ing and that's been a huge success. I mean, that's helped, finance this whole trip that we've got. But, one hurricane and that would really destroy what we've got. So we've been actually looking at buying some place in the
Yeah.
Panhandle. But
Well, and just quickly, and we still have a mortgage on that house,
right,
and we want
yeah,
to be mortgage free. We're
correct.
retired. We're not
Yeah, we're
making
not
the income that we were before, and so
exactly. And we both said when we moved into that place, we got that place in 21.
21.
And we both said like when we retire, we're not going to be house poor. We're not going to be paying, huge sums for mortgage and, insurance and flood insurance when we retire. And we
Hmm.
both retired early. I retired 63, Tammy retired 62. So we've got other things to consider, our health and our medic. We have when we go back, we're going to have to take out private insurance,
Yeah.
and that's going to be 1,000 each. So we know off the bat we're going to be 2,000 a month in healthcare costs while we're there, which is insane.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got things to consider, but we were looking at property in the area, thinking, well, maybe we can buy a little house over there, and then we'll buy a little flat over here. We really couldn't find nothing for under 200,000, like livable.
Yeah.
We could find shacks,
Hmm.
the couple of ones at 150. They were basically looked like if you blew on them, they would fall over. So we're maybe considering buying in one place, whether it be there and come over here and rent, or be here and over there, maybe just buy a camper, do the things we wanted to do, travel around, visit family, go to
Yeah.
California. The weather's a lot milder there to be camped out in a camper
Yeah.
year round or any time of the year, as opposed to Scotland. Camping's limited to 1 or 2 months a year. So anyway, we've got a lot going on, and we did look at some houses. We're actually going to look at a house tomorrow. We won't be buying, we're just getting an idea of
Yeah.
what's out there. But we love the homes here.
Yeah. There's the homes here have so much character. Even the newer ones, they're well built.
There's
They're
no
they're built for the. Go
there's
ahead.
no wood frame. There's wood frame maybe, but it's not everything's concrete or stone.
Yeah.
And this island here, these homes we're looking at are over 100 years old, most of
A
them.
lot of them.
A lot of
Yeah.
them. So the stone's like this thick to
Yeah.
start with.
Now there's some minuses to that as well in terms of um, a lot of them have been upgraded, but a lot, some of them haven't. So if you have an over 100-year home and it may need some work done to it, some upgrades. In the older homes, dampness can be an issue in some places. I mean, it is an island surrounded by water. They do get some pretty rough weather in the winter. Um, and it's wet a lot of the time of the year. That's why it's so lusciously green all over here. I mean, uh, it's incredible the foliage and the trees and the gardens, and it's just very, very green over here because of the rain. But
Hmm.
so anyway, yeah, we've been looking. We'll see what comes
Yeah.
with that.
So just a couple of points for anybody that's in the same boat as us that are looking to buy a property, or in this case, it would be considered a second property. Found out a couple of things. And Scotland's laws are slightly different from England, so I'm only basing this on Scottish law. There's there's a difference between both our countries, and it's not just a British law. Scotland has always had its own laws, and England's always had its own laws. So I'm speaking specifically for anybody thinking about purchasing a home in Scotland. If it's your second home, and second home buy, if you have a residence anywhere in the world, anywhere on the planet, and you come to Scotland and you want to buy property in Scotland, that is considered a second home. And because it's a second home, they put it's a type of stamp duty, stamp tax. It's got a specific heading, additional house and something. But what they do is they put a tax, an extra tax that you have to pay because you're buying this as a second home, and that's 8% on top of your purchasing price.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to pay 8% over above whatever you've agreed to purchase. Now, if you sell your primary home, wherever it may be on the planet, within 3 years, then they'll refund that 8% back. And the other thing is and I'm not sure, England, I think as well, they call it a council tax. So basically, that's like a property tax. So the annual property tax may be anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000 a year. Because it's your second home, you pay double. And all of that came about in the last few years because people were buying up second properties and Airbnb, after COVID, everybody's Airbnb. So they were making it,
And laundering money.
and laundering money. Yeah, there's several reasons why it's changed, the law's changed. And so the one I think most is because people, especially in a small place like this, if you've got outsiders owning, you know, 20% of the homes, then the local people here, it's hard for them to buy a home
Mm-hmm.
because these people are doing Airbnb and making, pretty decent money. So the local residents, they struggle to find vacant properties, and not so much the mainland, but more when you get into the islands, and then you get it right up to Mull and the Hebrides, where it's very remote. They are short on workers and staff, and even the post office can't find workers because there's nowhere for anybody to stay.
Yeah.
If they can fill the jobs, but there's no housing.
Mm-hmm.
So that tax came in because of that law.
Yeah.
So we've already found out about that. So that's kind of helping us decide,
So that
what
tax
group.
dissuades some people from not buying, but
Right.
not
Oh
everybody. I
no.
mean, some people are going to be like, I don't care. I'll pay the extra
Yeah.
8%. I'll pay the extra council tax
Yeah.
because I know I'm going to make money off of this and it doesn't bother me.
Correct.
But
That's true.
but for your
Uh,
average persons trying to buy
yeah.
a home,
Yeah,
if
especially
you've
young
got a second
couple.
one,
Yeah,
or
young.
in our situation, it's like, do we really want to pay 8% above and 200% on
Mm,
council
yeah. So
tax?
we'll probably have to, we're considering, we have to, that's a factor we have to take in,
Yeah.
and then just, help with our decision. But anyway, yeah, and there's just another thing on that for anybody that's thinking and doing the same as us is residency, because it gets really complicated with tax. And if you are sharing your time between two countries, um, that can get really complicated as to who you're paying tax to. So the bottom rule for the UK is, if you reside in the UK for 183 days a year, and I think that's just over 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
that will automatically, if you're I'm dual citizen, so I am a British citizen, but I'm a US resident because I live in the US, I spend the majority of my time in the US.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to come here and spend 190 days a year in the UK, then I'd be considered a UK resident, and I would be expected to pay taxes to His Majesty's government. Um, so that's just something you get anybody that's in our boat that's thinking about. And remember, the taxes are a lot higher in the UK. Um, and if I was if we were say we had been living here a year and then or next year we decide to sell the house in the US, the capital gains, the profit from that house, because I would if I was living in the UK and considered a UK resident, I would need to pay the taxes on that my US house to the UK government. I hope that makes sense. Which would be a lot more. Whereas if I sold it in the if I was a resident, continue to be a resident in the US and sell my house in the US, then I we have as a joint filing jointly on your taxes, you're allowed up to 500,000 capital gains, meaning profit, before they'll tax you. If we moved here and lived here a year and then became UK residents, that would all be gone. I'd be paying the big taxes. So you have to think about all the things, and go talk to some property. They call them. There is difference. Solicitors. There's a difference between lawyer solicitor. So go talk to somebody and your financial advisor. I feel like the financial advisors are not as well informed on it. You're actually better speaking to somebody in the country you're thinking of moving to. World Cup.
Yep.
And then the Commonwealth Games.
Right. And well, the World Cup, we spent a lot of time watching football, soccer.
At what time?
At
2 in the morning. 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. But it was good. It was a good tournament. Hit a couple of times, went down to a local pub or two and watched some games with some of the local people. That was fun. Commonwealth Games, Karen got tickets to the opening ceremony, so we went over to Glasgow, and she has a cousin that lives right downtown in Glasgow. In fact, there's a bridge that goes across the River Clyde. It's kind of a squinty at an angle, so they call it the Squinty Bridge. And where Lawrence lives, he's right by that bridge. You walk across the bridge and over to the venues. What was the name of the big arena?
The
Hydro,
and then the Armadillo,
the SEC. Actually,
the SEC Center. No, that's another.
And that was all right there across that bridge. Mm-hmm. So we went to the opening ceremony. It was really good. The king and queen showed up there, and they had a cute little presentation.
Gave us a little wave. Hey, lassies.
And we got to watch all the teams come out and all the athletes, and it was good. And then our only regret is that we didn't actually get some tickets to some of the events. Because as we were watching them on TV, we were like, oh, that would have been so cool to go see that in person. And actually, after watching the closing ceremony last night, I'm like, oh, we should have got tickets to the closing ceremony because it was really, really good.
Yeah.
But it was fun to be in Glasgow and seeing teams and athletes and people walking around the city.
Yeah.
It was busy when we were there, but it was good.
Mm-hmm. And just for those that are saying, oh, what the heck's Commonwealth Games? Because that is not really something that's known in the US or promoted. So the British Empire back in the day, I think at some point there's something like they ruled like 70% of the countries, honestly, back in the day when they were, at their height, the British Empire basically conquered all these countries.
Conquered or bought.
Bought or stole. And basically, if that country had an asset or something that they could make money off of, the British were involved with that.
Hmm.
That was the way of the world back then. So anyway, a lot of the countries, are African countries,
Asian.
Asian countries, even Bahamas and Bermuda and all
Hmm.
them little islands. New Zealand, Australia. If you just think a lot of the flags in the world that have the Union Jack on there, the Union Jack's on there because of the British. They pretty much, oh, I'll take this country, thank you very much, and stuck a little flag on it. So anyway, the Commonwealth countries now obviously rule themselves, and
Hmm.
you know Britain doesn't rule them anymore, but at one point they were considered like a family. They swore their oath to the crown.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of cool. A lot of these athletes come in from all over, like Tammy says, and they have. It's not just the regular athletics. They have what they call the para
Hmm.
athletics.
So they have the able-bodied athletes, and a lot of them have participated in the Olympics
Yeah,
over the years. But then they combine it with para athletes, so athletes with disabilities, um, a big range of disabilities. So it's
yeah.
almost equivalent to the Special Olympics
Hmm.
uh, in a way. And then the number of events are downscaled from the Olympics a bit.
Right. Yeah, quite a
Um,
bit.
yeah, but it was really good.
They have the main swimming, gymnastics, um, all the
There's
cycling.
that yeah,
Uh,
cycling, track and field,
yeah, all the main. And
all
then
that.
and then the one that blows my mind, which I completely forgot about, and Tammy was like, "What the heck are they doing?" Something that we had to learn in school is a game called netball. It's a ball game where you can't actually run with the ball.
And you
It
can't dribble. It
You
looks
can't
like
dribble.
basketball, and
Yep.
the net is a basketball net, but no backboard.
Right.
You can't dribble. If the
Yeah.
ball comes to you, you have to stop immediately,
Yeah.
and you can pivot on one foot
Right.
and pass to somebody else.
Yeah. And I think even the opponent can't even touch you, or I don't know. It's
It was,
if you get a chance to what actually this is this is the funny part. The Prince William and Kate and their kids came up and they ended up going to the final game. Oh,
of
in the
netball.
finals it was netball, and little Louis, the youngest one, he was caught like yawning. I'm like, no wonder he's yawning. It's netball. It's like the most boring sport.
Apologies to those that play
Yeah,
netball and are really good at it.
yeah,
We just don't get it.
yeah. It's like all that you got to stop when the ball's in your hand. You're doing the complete opposite of any other sports game.
Yeah.
Where you'd be running or kicking a ball, you've actually got to stop and then throw it. But anyway, we had a laugh, ourselves just watching the netball. But overall, the games were really good, and I we really enjoyed them. I don't know if they were shown in the US.
Yeah.
TNT
TNT did do some
that
of it.
had the coverage, and
And then,
HBO.
oh, HBO Max
Yeah,
had
but
coverage as well.
I don't
So,
think they were promoted. And to be honest with you, I kind of liked it because the Americans were in it. They weren't winning everything. They weren't winning everything. We other people had a chance.
I'm not sure, but I think Canada came on top in terms of team.
I think Australia.
Oh, was it
Uh,
Australia? I can't remember.
yeah, Australia and Canada and England, then Scotland, Wales. It was good though.
Yeah.
But some of the and India did amazing. Some of their athletes were amazing.
Yeah.
The women
Power
weightlifters,
lifters.
oh my God, yeah. And actually, they're every 4 years.
Speaking of India,
Yeah, they're
that's
every
a good
4 years.
segue.
So the next one is in India. I can't remember the
Mhm.
town. It looked like a pretty modern
It's
town.
a, it starts with an A.
Oh,
Agmenabad?
no,
Ag,
a town, a town. But anyway, we were kind of like, oh, I've always wanted to go to India, so maybe restless in retirement might find ourselves in India. I don't know. But anyway, that was two great sports that we
I think
enjoyed.
you know somebody that's from there that maybe
Maybe ex boss with the initials of S. Anyway, so that was cool. We watched the sports thing. We've done a lot of trips, and we've done honestly, we've been around. We bought this car, so we're able to drive around,
hmm
and we've just found it probably easier for me just to make kind of shorter videos with pictures of where we've been
Yeah.
and a little text and stuff because
hmm
we've been so many places. Now, one thing we did was we went to a place called Bo'ness on the east coast, almost like if you're going towards Edinburgh. And I met up with a friend, and this is kind of weird how it happened, but we met back in 1990. She was a Scottish gal who had immigrated to South Africa, had met an American CB, and they came to Gulfport, Mississippi, and I had just moved to Gulfport, Mississippi, and I had just met and married an American CB, and these two CBs were friends. They lived with us for a few weeks till they got a house, so our lives kind of ran together for about 7 or 8 years. She had kids, blah blah blah. But her oldest kid, just I remember him being just a wee boy, like 4 or 5, and he would say, "Mom, I'm going to live in Scotland. I'm moving to Scotland." He'd said that since he could walk or talk. So eventually, Janice's life turned around, whatever. She was in America for years, so she ended up back in Scotland. And her young son, Craig, who was, 3 or 4 or 5, he ended up going to university in Scotland and becoming an archaeologist. And he was up in the Shetlands and all these places where, the archaeologists are, or they do the studies, I
hmm
guess. And he's now 30 something, and he's never went back to the US. He
Yeah.
he didn't want to go back. And true to his word, he went to live in Scotland. So I met up with Janice, my friend since the 1990s, and because she moved over, and I met Craig and his partner and his little boy.
hmm
So anyway, we went to Bo'ness, and he took us to a castle, or actually it's a palace
Yeah.
called Linlithgow Palace, a place I'd never been and never really heard of.
And it was where Mary Queen of Scots was born.
Correct. So it's just really the ruins of the palace,
Yeah.
like the insides are gone. But he was able to give us our private tour and all the history of Scotland, so it was kind of cool. We got to see them. But if anybody gets a chance, if you're over, it's an interesting place, Linlithgow, and
hmm
it's a beautiful little town, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Very
really
quaint.
quaint and quiet and cafes and
hmm
very clean. So that was one place we went, and then the other day we just took a little trip over to a very popular touristy spot in Scotland called Inverary. Uh, to get there, we had to go. There's two ferries off the island, one to the mainland, which takes us to the big towns,
From Rothsay to Weems
James
Bay.
Bay and Greenock and Port Glasgow, they're all on here. And then there's a little ferry at the back that just takes you across to a village, and you're in the middle of the roadway to the Highlands. So we took that ferry, which took
Hollantrieve.
the ferry took about a minute and 30 seconds, I think, the
Yeah.
time from the back gate coming up, car ferry, and the front gate going down.
hmm
It's like the shortest, I think it's the shortest ferry in the world.
Yeah.
So anyway, we took the car and had a beautiful drive up to Inverary, and it was a nice day. Sun was shining. But on the way up there, I had been following on Facebook, and there's a little place called
Cairndow.
Cairndow, which is just off the road we were on, and they folks
Just a
there,
wee little village.
oh, tiny, like a
Yeah.
single lane road in and out. But I'd been following them because they don't have much there, but they do have a hotel and the building itself has been there 240 years.
Yeah.
And apparently the last owner or the renter or whatever, the hotel
The
and
owner.
the bar ran the place into the ground, and
Yeah.
the locals knew it was going into disrepair, and
Well, not disrepair, but just that he hadn't kept up with it. It
right,
had gotten run down a bit, and then we were talking to the bartender there, um, and he said that basically 12 days ago they knew that this guy was just gonna get up and out of there. So the people of the town
yeah,
decided we don't want this place to just
disappear,
disappear. Let's let's just keep it on ourselves. So they've been in there painting and fixing it up. He said they got a professional cleaning crew to
yeah,
come in and
the
thoroughly
kitchens,
clean the kitchen so that they can reopen. They're looking for a chef.
yeah,
It's a tough time of year though because right now is the height of the tourist season and any chefs are already,
yeah,
spoken for working elsewhere. But um and then within then at some point the building will become available to buy, and so the people of the community, their
yeah.
plan is to
They're
buy
actually buying
it.
it. Like
And
the people, I mean, the village is not that big, so it's
no,
probably more like a community, like people around there.
yeah,
So they had their soft opening
Saturday,
Saturday, and he said he'd over 200 people, but the majority of them people were people that were in. If you go on Facebook and look at the Stagecoach Inn,
yeah,
Cairndow, Cairndow, the Stagecoach Inn, you'll see pictures of people painting and scraping and cleaning
yeah,
carpets, and so the whole community's just stepped up and took over this hotel slash pub.
yeah,
So we didn't realize it was open on Sunday. We just kind of took a drive by, and it was open for 4 hours. So of course we had to go in. So we took a couple of pictures of that. But I just think that's a great story. That's a
yeah,
great community story.
yeah,
And they're going to figure it out one way or another to keep that place open. So we stopped there on the way up, and then we continued up to Inverary, which just a popular tourist day. There was people, you could hear accents
hmm
from all over the place. Went into the George. Everybody know, if you know Inverary, you know the George. So went in there and had a
it's
nice
my
dinner.
first time there.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Had you been there before?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
back in the day.
back in the day.
But anyway, it's a nice little run up there. It's a nice little town, little fishing village. A lot of it's right on Loch Fyne,
hmm
so fresh
Where some of
seafood.
the best seafood, like every 2 weeks the Loch Fyne seafood truck comes to
Hmm.
Rothsay, and every time we've had something going on. We hit
Except the
them one
first time.
the first time we hit them once, and then every 2 weeks they come back, and every 2 weeks we're like either away to Glasgow or Bishopton or
Somewhere.
somewhere. So this Thursday
It's a
we've
date.
got to have no plans,
Yeah.
and we've got to be here to get some seafood
We
because
got scallops. We got some fresh fish.
yeah, smoked haddock
We
so
got
I
some
can make
salmon. Was it tuna?
toned
Oh,
ink.
tuna. Yeah,
We got some tuna.
yeah.
Um,
And actually, our butcher, he's been doing a little bit of fish, and we got a breaded haddock.
breaded haddock. Oh my gosh, that was so
We
good.
didn't even take a picture, did
We
we?
didn't, no,
So
we just ate it right up.
we just say right. It was the breadcrumbs on there were amazing. I don't know what
Yeah,
he puts on there, but that butcher, it's called McQueen's, it's right in the high street, but they are super nice, aren't
yeah.
they? And when we go in, we like to try different things. Of
hmm
course, I've been gone a while, so some of the meat stuffs, like the beef olives, I kind of forgot about them. So, and I don't know why they call it beef olive. I think it's like a sausage wrapped in
Yeah.
some
I
sort
think
of,
we would call it a beef remoulade, or there's a German
I'm not sure.
equivalent.
But they're pretty popular over here, but I don't even know the gal's name it's in there, but she'll say, "Hey ladies, what you looking for?" And we'll say, "Oh, we're gonna try," and then there's typical Scottish square slice that's every butcher makes their own and sells it, but they've been a little adventurous. They're making this, it's a square sausage. It's like sausage meat, but they make it in a loaf, like a
Yeah,
rectangle, and then they cut you slices, which fits perfectly on a roll of bread. I mean, it makes pure sense to me. But anyway, he's been doing one with curry on it, and then what was the other one?
garlic, garlic and herbs.
Garlic and
That I liked
herbs,
that one.
garlic and herbs, herbs. But anyway, there's ow, that's spousal abuse. But they're super friendly, and we love to support them. And
Yeah,
they always have fresh cuts of meat or something new for us to try. So we love shopping there too. I don't know if there's anything else. I think we probably bored you long enough.
yeah.
We're just
We
busy. I'm gonna try and sorry, I was just gonna say I'm gonna try and capture some of the pictures of the places we've been and just make a little musical video or something so y'all can look at the pictures. I might throw
yeah.
a couple onto this, just depends.
We've had family visits
Yep.
a couple of times. One of the visits, Alina and Graham came over and we went on a 4 mile walk.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Arden Craig Gardens, went up to the top of the hill in Rothsay called Canada Hill. We walked, so there's Serpentine Road that goes all the way up to Canada Hill, and there's also stairs that lead up there.
Yeah.
I was practically having to pull her up the stairs.
Yeah. They're like this.
Yeah,
They're like you're like walking like this.
yeah. And then we a great view from the top of Canada Hill, and it's named as such because when people would um, leave Rothsay to immigrate to Canada, their family members would stand up on top of
Yeah.
the hill and
Because
wave goodbye.
you can actually see that's almost like a 360.
Almost a
Yeah,
360,
it's like
not
a
quite,
360 up there, and
but
so
you
you
can
can
see
see all the
everything.
back in the day, right here in the Clyde, right in front of us, all the the big ships that took people right from Glasgow, Greenock, and Rossi. They all traveled this the route here in the River Clyde, and of course, standing up there, you can see that ship
Yeah.
almost go out to the ocean.
But we
So
did that. The gardens were in full bloom,
yeah,
Arden Craig Gardens.
yeah, it was
It
amazing.
was beautiful. And then after
I was just going to say, there's little short videos on Restless in Retirement, and Arden Craig's in there. You can
Good.
actually get a little quick of the view of the gardens.
And then after Canada Hill, we walked up to a little place called the Jam Jar. It's a
Mm-hmm.
little coffee shop restaurant, and it's right by a caravan park,
Mm-hmm.
and also kind of nestled in the Rothsay Golf Course.
Mm-hmm.
And up there, you have some
Mm-hmm.
amazing 360
Yeah, totally.
views.
Yeah, that golf course. That's the first golf course that we went on. Again, like this. We had the electric carts, and I had mine on full, pulling me up there. Not carts like you drive. I'm talking about trolleys
Trolleys.
where you put your golf bag in.
Yeah,
But yeah, up there's the
yeah,
views are. Alina and Graham were pretty
yeah.
impressed with the views, and we were dog sitting Molly from upstairs. We took her. She was exhausted when she got back.
Normally she's a bundle of energy
Yeah,
all day
she
long.
came and lay down, and she laid there for a
Yeah.
couple hours. She was like, "I'm done."
Oh, and we did the walk through the woods too.
Yeah.
Is it Skipper Woods? Is that what they call it?
I think so. That one's called Skipper Woods.
We
Yeah,
found a swing,
yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, that was a great weekend with
yeah,
them. And then just other family have visited overnight. Oh, the Waverly.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
went out on the Waverly. We'll
There's little short posts about that, but I'll make one on
yeah,
the trip. So the Waverley is the oldest passenger ocean going
paddle
paddle
steamer.
steamer. Ocean going, not river. That's what it's the oldest, and it travels these waters all summer long.
Mhm.
We see it come up and down the Clyde all summer long. Hundreds of people get on that. And what's nice about it is it originates from Glasgow, which is up the Clyde, where, into the city of Glasgow, where the river actually runs this way. And then it will come down the river and it'll have stop points Greenock, Largs, Dunoon, Rossi, and then it'll pick people up at certain points, and then it'll make a trip around the Isles of Bute, and then in the way back it hits the same places, and you can get off. So you can get on and off, one of these ports, or you can stay on the. That thing's gone from 10 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But we were on it, and it was the weather was kind of crappy,
Yeah.
but we had a good time.
Yeah.
They had a bar downstairs. We were fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Waverley. If you're making a trip to UK, the Waverley, you definitely. I'll put a little link on there. Get yourself some tickets for that, because that's a fun. And Tammy got a great video of the actual paddle steamer.
Yeah, the pistons.
The pistons
running
going.
the paddles.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think we've bored you long enough.
Yeah. It's longer than what we expected.
Well, that's because I can talk too much. Anyway, if you've got any comments, or if there's anything you want us to go do or try out or see, or if you have a question, just shoot us in the comments. We try to keep up with that. And again, like I said, we'll just post little videos of what we've been doing and put them into a music video. And I hope this hasn't been too long. If this is too long as well, please let us know.
It is.
It is. Okay, it is. We may have to eat. All right, hope you're all good. Keep safe, and meanwhile,
What?
what you did?
What you did?
Meanwhile, we're enjoying being restless in
in
retirement. Ciao.